Hey guys, so I noticed that only a small percentage of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like my content, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications to make sure that my content gets to you on time. Hey guys, so this is one of my games for my set 6.5 PBE run. Not run, but like set 6.5 PBE early access. Um, the audio for the track is muted because, well, hold on. Here we go. Okay, so the audio for the track is muted because my baby Ryan was crying in the back the whole time. But this is definitely one of my best games to watch because this is my first time being able to test out Ahri. Ahri is the new champion, new four cost syndicate. I think a syndicate arcanist that got added in the release of 6.5. She's really cool, and I'll get to her abilities later when you guys see it. So maybe I just jump forward because uh, there's not too much that happens on this game. I will point out that there's a lot of like really cool new augments. Like they completely revamped the augment system. Here, like here's the first choice I want to point out to you. Treasure Trove, Challenger Crest with Sunfire Board. I've already played with the other two, but Trove gives you three blue orbs and two blue orbs and one gray orb. So here I got multiple three costs, and then I think I got a few two costs as well. Um, so like a really cool and really interesting new augment. I think it can possibly give you an item, but I'm not super sure on that. Here I kind of bitched out. I was gonna stack Corky, who could be like a new AP carry, but then decided to stack Mazahar as as a unit I'm quite familiar with. So I want to at least briefly mention they completely revamped the augment system. Well, not revamped the augment system, but basically they definitely improved heavily upon the augment system. Where now instead of seeing like Celestial Blessing and Throw of the Hunt like every single game, now you see so many different augments and it's super cool. So then for Syndicates, they also changed a lot. For Syndicates, they took out TF and they took out TF Akali Shaco. They added Morgana, Ash, and Ahri. So Morgana's a really cool unit for Syndicate. Morgana is a Syndicate enchanter, and what she does is that her ability is her ultimate from it's like the set 5 Morgana where she like chains everyone around her, and then after a duration the chains last, then she stuns everyone. She's also shields herself now. So she's also an enchanter and she shields herself. If she has the enchanter buff, then her shield will be stronger. So she's really cool. She's a really good frontliner for Syndicate, and you'll see that later in the game. I actually use it, and it's pretty strong. There's also a few new changes. You can see that Cassidon is no longer a protector, mutant protector. He's now a mutant scholar. It makes it a lot easier to fit in scholar early, and I think overall it's a pretty big buff to Cassidon. Yeah. So in the shop, you can see there's a few new traits in the set. There's Debonair and there's Hextech. Debonair is a trait that acts kind of like Chosen. If you have Debonair active, so 3 Debonairs, you can get Chosen Debonairs in the shop. These units are not 2-star, they're just 1-star units, but they come with special abilities. So Bran has a special ability where instead of casting one target, he casts at 2 different targets. So he's like twice as strong. And then Hextech is a really weird one. Hextech reminds me a lot of that synergy from the shielding synergy Sentinels from set 5.5. It's really interesting. Like it shields your units every 5 seconds, and it adds a huge amount of shields. So you can tell that they've added a lot of different new units. They've added a lot of different new synergies, and the game is like really fun. And I think the new augment system is super good. But yeah, let me go ahead and there's not too much to talk about, so just watch this game, I guess. You can see that they took out Academy, so some of the existing units like Leona, she got her tags changed from Academy to Debonair. But for more or less, I think she's more or less the same unit. And then some other units like Talon also got changed. You can see that he has this weird, like fancy skin. He's a Debonair also. Well, Swing's another unit that got changed. Swing got took out from Imperials, but now he is a hextech unit. Is there maybe we can speed this up a little bit? I think it's a little bit too slow, especially in this early points. I can make it a little bit I'll slow it down later when we get to like the super juicy parts where you guys can see the Ahri and stuff. But for now, there's no real point to run at a regular slip speed. So for my comp, I was thinking of doing like a um, frontline Morgana plus a backline Ahri composition. And I'll talk about Ahri once we get there. But for like the most part, I was just thinking about how to survive till we get there. Oh, Jarvan's a new unit that got added recently as well. So Jarvan is set 3 Jarvan, so he drops down a flag that gives everyone attack speed. It's not as insane as set 3 Jarvan, but it gives like 40% attack speed or something crazy. And you guys see that pulsing things? You see that little pulsing thing that comes out from a hex core? That pulsing thing is the new hextech synergy. It gives your units a shield every time, like every 5 seconds. It's really strong. I think early game is incredibly strong, but like late game it falls off pretty hard. So you'll see this little pulse. See like the shield that Jarvan and Swing got. And you see that how they get it every 5 seconds or so. It's really strong. So right here I have a lot of pairs. Even on PBE, even though I have a lot of pairs and it's really confusing, it's like I think this is my second time playing the game or something like that. Even though I have a lot of pairs, I still intuitively know to like roll down. I think at 3-2, I rolled down pretty hard until I hit everything. So I mean, um, just because it's PBE doesn't mean that like, the lobbies are like free. I think there's a lot of good players in here. There was Milk in here, there's Solus in here, and I think there's a few other challenger players in here. So yeah, the lobby was still pretty strong, even though it's a PB. Oh, so they also brought back set 4.5 Tryndamere. You see this Tryndamere? He like dashes to your backline and starts auto attacking things. He's like really scary. So here I hit Morgana. You can see that Morgana is really cool, and I roll down a little bit to hit a few more units. Uh, Morgana as a unit is kind of weird. She doesn't do all that much until like you frontline her. Her ultimate shackles everyone in a 2 radius hex, so she doesn't hit that many units unless you frontline her. Like right here, she only hit these 2 units. But later you'll see that she's really good against assassins. Morgana stereotypically has a really favorable matchup into assassins. Here, oh, and here's you can see the new the new augments. The new augments are really cool. Here we have the augments. Oh, sorry, I missed it. But one of the augments is Keeper. So, that one just makes all your units a Keeper. I don't know if you guys played Set 4, but basically, every unit that touches another unit is granted a shield. So, like right here, Morgana is granted 4 stacks of the Keeper shield, and then Leona is granted 2 stacks of the Keeper shield. So, like the more units it touches, the more shield it gets. And the shield only lasts for 8 seconds, but it's still a pretty strong shield. Definitely like a really solid pick. I think I expect this locket thing to be really strong. I'm gonna pause this real quick because for some reason it's not full screened. I'm having trouble with it. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're chilling again. So here I get a few more frontline items. Because I don't want to stack my Ahri just yet. I want to make sure I have a balance between frontline and backline items, so my Ahri can cast quite a few times. I also want to point out, since there's not too much going on, that they also added a few new chase synergies. They added 7 mutants, and they added 5 socialite. So like 5 socialite is like really really cool. 5 socialite, what it does is that it doubles all the other bonuses given by 3 socialite. So instead of doing like instead of doing like they buffed it to they nerfed it to 15% bonus damage. At 5 socialite, you get 30% bonus damage, and extra mana is doubled, and the healing is doubled as well. Also, here as you can see the new Brand. So Brand, what Brand does is that he shoots out a bolt. The first bolt doesn't do anything, but the second bolt, if you hit a unit twice, it like explodes and does a huge amounts of damage. So Brand like needs to ult a unit twice for it to do damage. So it's like a really like interesting new Brand. It's like a really interesting new one cost. He's pretty. I'm pretty sure he's like a pretty strong Debonair carry. So keep an eye out for Brand for sure. Okay, here I hit IEJG. I run Malzahar for a little bit. I was gonna roll down for Ahri, but then I was like, you know what? That's too much work. So I don't roll down for Ahri. I think I just stack IEJG for a little bit, and then I go fast 8. Yeah. Oh, so here in the back you can see the new champion Silco. Silco is like a really really cool unit and has like weird positioning nuances. I'm pretty excited to play with Silco. I haven't gotten too much chance to play with Silco, so I can't tell if he's strong or anything like that. But definitely a really cool unit. Definitely excited to try him out. Okay, so you guys are about to see. Once I get the 2 star, once I get the Ahri, I'm down to like slow down so that you guys can see what's going on. Also here, Morgana should be like, really good against assassins, right? So like if you look at this Morgana, her chain hits the entire board, and then afterwards stuns the entire board. So Morgana's really good against assassins. I think she's like the new counter assassin tech. Pretty excited that they released like a counter to assassins because assassins has just been really frustrating to play against pretty much the entire set. Oh, here we got the art. Okay. I'm gonna slow down so you guys can see like the new Ahri in effect. The art. Okay, let me explain what Ahri does though, because it's not super clear. So Ahri, if you guys know set 3 Ahri, Ahri shoots out a little orb that goes out and then comes back. In this case, she doesn't do true damage on the way back. She just does magic damage the way out and the way back. But the new Ahri, every time she casts, she gets one more orb. So the first cast, she shoots out 1 orb. The second cast, she shoots out 2 orbs. Okay, and then the third cast, she'll shoot out 3 orbs, and then etc. etc. Then she shoots out 4 orbs, and then 5. And then the orbs, you can only like every single orb, no matter how many units, like no matter how many orbs hits a unit, the unit can only be hit once. But basically, the her like AOE goes how it's called stronger and stronger and stronger. You can see the new augments that they added are really cool. Like 3 is a company, gives 3 random 3 cost. And then the other one I think was Triforce. All your 3 cost units gain 233 health, 13 starting mana, and 23 attack speed. So like it's like really really interesting. I was thinking about taking it, but I decided not to and take Ardent Sensor instead. But I think both of them were like really interesting choices that I definitely thought of. So then I was like, oh, maybe I should stack Morgana. I think Ardent Sensor also got changed. Ardent Sensor used to be, it only gives the buff to other units. Now I think Ardent Sensor gives the buff to all units, including itself. So if Morgana shields herself, she gets the Ardent Sensor stack. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if it's abusable with items like Bloodthirster. So like if you put an Ardent Sensor, and then you also have an enchantment with a Bloodthirster, like Lulu with Bloodthirster. I don't know if it procs like every pretty much like procs on off cooldown. I don't know, but if it did, that's really cool. So you can see that. Look at this Ahri. Look at this Ahri. See how cool she is? She gets stronger and stronger. And she shoots more and more orbs. Now we got wrecked by the enemy Ahri, but I mean my Ahri is 1 star and his Ahri is 2 star. So it makes sense. But once you 2-star this Ahri, oh my god, she is so strong. And I look forward to it. So now I stack the Morgana. Morgana, like, it's an interesting carry, I think, especially with Titans. Basically, she shields herself a huge amount based on AP, I think. And then she also does a huge amounts of damage, which is able to lifesteal from the Syndicate buff. So I'm pretty sure Morgana can be played like a pseudo carry as well. So here I hit the Ahri too. I hit the Silco as well. So Silco's a really interesting unit. Silco gives the 2 units in front of him an additional 40 mana at the start of combat. And he also has his own special ability, which like powers the unit up and then makes them explode on death. So here I tried to fit in Silco. I don't know if I fit it in right away. But then I spent a few turns trying to figure out how to position Silco properly. Because he gives 40 mana to the 2 starting unit, to 2 units in front of him. So here you can see, like, look at this Ahri. She hits the entire board and does so much damage. Look at this. So I'm pretty sure this unit is going to be so cool and so strong once the set releases. Look at this. Oh my god. She's so cool. Yeah, I'm really excited for Ahri. And like her damage is really solid as well. And then she's really tanky because of the Syndicate buff. So here, I was thinking about how to position Silco, right? It's actually really tricky. He gives 40 mana to the units in front of him. So at the start of combat, Orianna will get 40 mana and Ahri will get 40 mana. I later realized that Ahri already has full mana due to blue buff. So giving her the 40 mana is quite useless. So then like I do some repositioning like later, but then I wasn't able to exactly figure out the best positioning for Ahri. As she's actually pretty squishy and you have to keep her safe. So here you can see Orianna's mana goes up right away, and she like almost does an insta cast, and that's really good. So like Silco has a lot of cool positioning nuances. But yeah, look at this Ahri unit. Oh my god, holy! She like hit one shots the entire board. But yeah, here I realized that this turn that Ahri's not getting any benefits, so I tried to like swap him. I was thinking of swapping them, but then I don't exactly know what's the best position. I tried a few things out. I think most of them were not very good, but then later I figured out like a best way to position Silco, I think. So here I think my position was bad because I'm pretty sure Ahri gets instantly gibbed here. Like because this position is like yeah, it's just too far forward and she gets like insta gibbed. But then it's a good lesson learned. So here I'm pretty sure I just take more frontline items. Because as long as my Ahri casts, I don't ever lose. So I think I just take a Bramble. I'm not sure. Yeah, I just take a Bramble. And then do the 3-star Ahri Prage. And then here, like, I try to reposition in a way where it makes sense for Silco to do his thing, but it's like really tricky. Because then I also want to maximize the amount of shield that Ahri gets from Keeper. So basically, if Ahri's surrounded by 5 units like she is right now, she gets 5 stacks of the Keeper shield. But if she's where Swain is, she doesn't get that many Keeper stack shields. And then another thing is that Ahri's ultimate doesn't hit that far, so like I wanted Ahri to be a little bit forward so that she can hit backline. So like right now, from her spot she can hit Brand, but if she was like back a little bit more, she wouldn't be able to hit Brand. So you can see that she's like barely hitting Brand. So like Ahri's gonna be like a really interesting positioning unit as well. And she is so cool though. But I think also like talking about Ahri best in slot, I'm pretty sure Ahri's best in slot is blue buff plus 2 damage items. She inherently gets a lot of tanky stats from Syndicate, and if she does more damage, she heals more. And blue buff is absolutely necessary for her. Her mana is 50. She has like a mana pool of 50. So what's it called? Blue buff is like gives her 50 mana right away, and then blue buff makes it so that she casts in 3 autos instead of 5. And like Ahri really needs to do the ramp up, right? Because the more often she casts, the stronger her AoE is. But yeah, you can see how strong this AoE is. It just wipes everyone, and the range is really far too, and hits the entire board. It's just so good. Look at this! Oh my god, she's so cool. She's really cool. And that's 12k damage Ahri in like 15 seconds. I try to go for RE3 for you guys. And I definitely try to roll down, but spoilers alert, I don't hit it. That's very, very sad. Spoiler alert. Oh. Hold on for RA, not much. Stay above 50 gold. I think right here I was trying to do 3-star Morgana, 3-star Braum, and 3-star at the same time. At some point I realized I don't really have that much HP, so I mean I don't really have that much money. And then people were dying, so look at all these assassins get deleted instantly. Look at this. Holy. Oh, what happened to Ahri? What the hell? Yeah, what happened to Ahri right there? I don't know what happened to Ahri, but she died for some reason. Might have been like Silco or something like that. Maybe Silco or just kills Ahri. I wasn't sure. I had to reread Silco's ultimate, but I think my Ahri like literally just fizzled. But yeah, look at this. They're clumped up. Ahri ults, hits everyone. Then Ahri ults the second time. AoE grows bigger, hits everyone. And the third time. And then the whole time, look, she's lifestealing like crazy as well. Look at her lifesteal. Because of the Syndicate buff. Oh my god. She just hits the entire board and kills everything. It's so cool. This is like the coolest scaling mage I think we've ever had. And here I roll down to 0 because he's 16 HP. I think he's like literally 1 HP away, right? He's one fight away from dying. So I roll down here for at least maybe like even if I can't have RE3, I was trying to go for Braum 3. But yeah, I don't think I end up hitting here. It's a shame. Yeah, it's a real shame. And then due to because these units are like really hard for me to see, even buying the units is a little difficult. She should just one shot the enemy backline on Brand. But yeah, definitely a unit to watch out for. she's I'm pretty sure she's like a premium carry and like a very interesting unit. Um, Super excited to play Ahri and super excited to play 615. My thoughts on it so far is that they like really revamped the augment system. I think all the augment choices I got were really interesting, and I super enjoy almost like all the new augments that I got added felt like cool in some way, and I don't think I saw anyone that that got like lame kind of like lameish augments like Celestial Blessing or Thorold hunt that off anymore. So yeah, that's my first kind of first like few games of set 6.5. I hope you guys enjoyed it and definitely looking forward to playing it live.